Now, one of the biggest complaints we hear from customers is that Mumbai, for example, is completely unaffordable. It's impossible even for middle management to afford a home, because now we're talking upwards of 2 crore rupees for a 2-bedroom home, and they're getting smaller and smaller. Where does the problem lie right now?
See, there are 3 problems really. The first problem is the availability of land. As you know, Mumbai is surrounded by water, and with CRZ and all these other restrictions in terms of where you can build. Then you have the zonal maps, and then you have the FSI restraint, which of course is getting diluted now as more and more FSI is being increased. On the peripheral areas, the problem is that you don't have railways, you don't have roads, you don't have connectivity, you don't have water, you don't have electricity, you don't have transport, you don't have schools, you don't have colleges, etc. So you just can't go in the wilderness and possibly stay. So what's the secret? The secret is threefold. First, you have to build transport to new areas in the surrounding areas, whether you do a cross-harbour connectivity, you build roads, etc. Then you have to build these smart towns that we are talking about, and see that the infrastructure of these towns are really done, where you build a school, you build a police station, you build a fire brigade, etc. that we need to do. And the third, you have to increase the FAR. There is no country in the world which has solved the housing problem where the land prices are high without increasing the FSI. But if you don't improve the infrastructure along, now we have selectively increased the FSI. So for redevelopment, we have done it. For Bandra Kurla complex, we have done it. For dilapidated buildings, we have done it. But we have done it selectively for sectors. What you need to do is to do like Hyderabad, where they have done away with FSI, and they have allowed you to construct as much, subject to 3 restrictions: the road width, firefighting, and parking. If you can do all these 3 things, you can increase the FSI. So there is no problem on the FSI. So what happens is more land will get freed, they'll become available. The second, in the peripheral of Mumbai areas, most of them are designated as green areas. So by the time you get that converted, it takes 50 years. So, I mean, if that's going to time which you're going to get the conversions into, you're not going to be able to do it. So in the regions where you want development to take place, you need to free up the say that their townships will come up, the local authority will be giving permissions, it won't be centralized or over-centralized for the purpose of giving approvals and this and it. So what you really need to do is to unleash large amount of construction, as is happening in Noida, as is happened in Gurgaon earlier. So what happens, as is happening in Hyderabad, the prices have come down.